Hey everybody, Kristen here. As you know, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And today you are in for a treat. We are gonna make juicy, tender, fall apart ribs in under an hour. So let's get started. Before I get my hands dirty messing with the ribs, I wanna prepare my Instant Pot. So to do this, I'm gonna add in 1.5 cups of apple juice. You could use pineapple juice, you could use water here. Our ribs are not going to sit in this mixture. It's just to steam and infuse the ribs with a little bit of flavor. I like to use apple juice. It kind of reminds me of like an apple wood smoked flavor. To that, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. That is optional. And then we want to place our trivet inside our Instant Pot, and that way our ribs will sit up over the water. Now, let me show you how I make my rub to season the ribs, and the rub is where the magic is at. We're gonna combine 1/4 cup of brown sugar, light or dark is fine, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, regular paprika is fine, and 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Mix that until well combined. In order for our ribs to be super tender, we want to remove the membrane on the back of the ribs. To do this, you want to slide a butter knife underneath the membrane to loosen, and then you just use your hands to pull that off. Once the membrane has been removed, use the dry rub to generously coat your ribs front and back with the rub. Okay, so to fit your ribs on the trivet there, you're gonna need to kind of roll it into a semicircle and then just place it on the trivet, just like that. If you had more than 1 rack of ribs, you would just kind of nestle them together. I'll wash up my hands here and then we'll pop our lid on the Instant Pot. Okay, pop your lid on your Instant Pot. Make sure your venting knob is pointed towards sealed or your lid is locked. Now for the cook time. It's gonna depend if you're cooking baby back ribs or spare ribs. This recipe works with either. The rub is delicious on both. The meat turns out perfectly, but for baby back ribs, you're gonna cook for 25 minutes on high pressure, and for spare ribs, you're gonna cook for 35 minutes on high pressure. Today, I have baby back ribs. To set the cook time, hit the pressure cook or manual button, make sure high pressure is lit up, and then use the plus or minus buttons to adjust to 25 minutes for baby back ribs or 35 minutes for spare ribs. Once the cook time has elapsed, let pressure release naturally for at least 15 minutes. That will keep the ribs super tender, which is really important when you're making ribs. Then you can open up your Instant Pot. Woo, steamy in here. The rub on the ribs was so incredibly good, you can stop right there. But I like to finish them off with a little bit of barbecue sauce, just brush the tops, and pop them under the broiler for that nice, crispy, irresistible crust that we love when they have been grilled or smoked all day. So you just wanna brush them generously with your favorite sauce. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you like. And then pop them under the broiler. Keep a close eye on them for 3 to 5 minutes until they're nice and caramelized. Okay, ribs have been broiled. They're nice and crispy. They are going to be delicious. You wanna let them cool for a little bit and then cut them into like little sections so that it just makes it easier to eat. Really, they're so tender, you can just kind of pull the meat off. In fact, I'm gonna go in for a little bite right now. It's really hot, but it's really good. So tender, so flavorful thanks to that rub. It is perfection. And if you're looking for another recipe that knocks it out of the park, be sure to catch my next recipe where I share with you how to make Instant Pot short ribs. Until next time, happy cooking.